I ain't gonna lie, bro. You have to stop defending yourself. Just stop it. You know, I know when somebody talks shit about you, you feel the need to come back. You feel the need to say something back. Just stop doing that shit, bro. Because what you gotta realize is that people in life, whenever you go into a social setting, especially any type of public environment, people are scanning. All right. No one's gonna tell you this shit, by the way. No one else is gonna tell you this. But people are scanning for confidence, right? They're looking at each person and seeing, how confident are you? Are you scared? Are you nervous? They're looking to see people's body language. They're looking to see if you look nervous. If you're on a date or something, people are gonna look at you and your girl and seeing how y'all are interacting and stuff. People do this shit all the time. People read body language. People look and scan for shit all day, every day. And they're subconsciously placing themselves and you and everybody else into like this social hierarchy ladder. If you can look at this person and see he's jacked, he's big as fuck, and he's like confident, his big beard and shit, and you're like, okay, this is the top dog here, clearly, right? The one under him is like the guy over there that's maybe a little less big, maybe a little less confident, you know what I'm saying? Like, so they kind of order people in the way that they see their perceived confidence. The crazy thing about that is that you have this order, you have this way that people are categorizing you and measuring you, all subconsciously, by the way, but it's very fragile. It can change in an instant. As soon as you open your mouth and say some crazy shit or some weak shit, your level drops all the way. Like, you could look like a Chad, you can look big as fucking muscular, but if you're weird and awkward, that shit lowers your ranking all the way down. There's certain things that you can do that'll completely ruin your ranking or whatever. There's things that you can do that'll completely up your ranking and downgrade your ranking. So you have to be on the lookout for that. And so the point of me explaining that is that the biggest thing that you can do to lower your ranking is to defend yourself. Think about that. The biggest thing that you can do to go from this type of guy, type A type of guy, to a type F type of guy, the biggest thing you can do to drop off is just to defend yourself. And you might ask why? Why does that lower your ranking so much? Who cares about that, right? You're just defending yourself. If someone says something wrong, you have to defend yourself, right? Defend your honor, right? No. You can clarify certain things. If someone doesn't understand, that's one thing. But if you're always over-explaining things, always trying to justify your actions and try to say why it's okay what you did or whatever, if you're trying to correct yourself all the time, that's what shows people that you really care what they think. That's the reason that it's the biggest dropper of your level, your social level, whatever. Because if you care what people think, then clearly you're not that guy, right? Because that guy doesn't give a fuck what people think. He's doing whatever the fuck he wants. He doesn't care if someone sees him go approach a girl and get rejected. He doesn't give a fuck. He just wants to go up to the girl, and if she says no, then so be it. But he wants to at least give himself the chance. So anyone that's really that guy does not give a fuck what people are thinking. Because to be honest, bro, there's so many layers of life. There's so many aspects of life, so many things going on, especially in a person that's actually doing something with their lives, just has so much in their mind, so much revolving around that they don't really care what someone else is thinking. Like, there's no room for other people's opinion. When you have something to lose, when you have a lot of things going on in your life, that takes up everything in your brain. There's no space for anyone else's opinion. And so when people see that their opinion can penetrate you and get into you and actually affect you, then that really shows you really don't have that much going on outside of this interaction, this public setting, whatever. You clearly don't have that much going on because you care so much about what I'm saying. Even if they care what they're saying, like they're trying to penetrate you, right? If someone says some slick shit, they're trying to get at you, right? They're trying to make you feel some type of way. If they actually succeed with that, if they actually make you feel some type of way, that makes them lose respect for you automatically. You're supposed to stand your ground. You're supposed to not let any of that get to you. Think about how crazy that is. Even the person that's testing you actually low-key respects you. And if you don't show that what they did mattered, then yes, they will respect you. But if you do not, if you do the opposite, right? if you show that whatever they just said really got to you, they will automatically lose respect for you. And they're the ones that are antagonizing you though. Like, that's the crazy shit, bro. That's the craziest part. That's why you just gotta not give a fuck. You just gotta stand your ground, bro. I remember this one time, bro, specifically, bro. I was in physics class. I had this group project. It was like some random kids in there or whatever. There was one girl in there. She had to be like 4'8" or some shit. She was super duper short. Super short, super scrawny and skinny. She's probably like 70 pounds or some shit. Like, this girl, every now and then, maybe every other class period or so, I'll be in my own world. When I'm in this class, like, I'm literally like editing videos and shit in class, editing descriptions and titles, and I'm thinking about concepts and like videos and shit. And so I'm not giving a fuck about the class or the group project that we're working on, right? And so I'm kind of like in my own little mindset or whatever. She'll like look at me and then she'll be like, are you even here right now? Do you even have a brain? And I'm not even really registering what she's saying. I'm kind of like blocking it out. That's kind of what I do. It's a subconscious thing. Like, whenever someone says some shit like that to me, I don't even think about it. Like, it doesn't even enter my brain. I literally just kind of block it out. And so she was like, do you even have a brain? Are you even thinking anything? Like, what's going on up there? Is there anything up there? She was saying that shit like very, very loud too. And mind you, I'm not really doing anything to her. I'm literally just in my own space. And so she's like saying all this shit. Do you have a brain? Are you even here right now? And I didn't even respond. First of all, what do you even say to that, right? Like, but I noticed, like, in that moment, I could have said, yes, I do have a brain. I do. Yes, I do. I could have said all that shit, but I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. And on top of that, I was in a super duper discipline era too. This was a time when I was like waking up at 3 a.m. I was journaling all the time. I was like going to the gym at like 5 a.m. and shit. I was super locked in. And so for someone to even say anything like that was just like clearly you have no clue. Like, you have no idea. That's part of it too. It was like, it's not even worth even trying to explain any of this shit to you because you wouldn't get it. And so I didn't respond to any of that shit. I just like, okay. She would be like, do you have a brain? Well, I guess not, whatever. Like, I literally just, I guess not. And I just move on, look at something else and get back on my phone or whatever. I didn't entertain it. I didn't actually give it any energy. I just kind of moved past it. And when she kept going on, and I ain't gonna lie, to her credit, she did persist with it sometimes. Sometimes she would just kind of let it slide, but sometimes she would be really on it. Like, you really don't have a brain. You really are stupid. You really don't have a brain. This guy doesn't think about anything. But in that moment, I realized I actually felt bad for her. If you are putting this much effort, like yelling across the room to try to penetrate me, to try to make me get riled up or something, and I'm not responding, and you keep trying to do it, I'm like, okay, clearly there's something off, right? Clearly there's something wrong with her. Clearly she has some personal issues that she's working through, that she wants to push that personal pain onto other people, right? And so I realized that in the moment, and I was like, look, whatever, okay, fine, just have it. Like, literally, I be saying shit like that. Just, okay, you got it, bro. You got it, bro. Because I don't give a fuck. Like, honestly, like, I don't give a shit. The way I'm built, like, I like to uplift people. You know what I'm saying? Like, on this channel, this is what I do. Like, I uplift. You know what I'm saying? I don't belittle people. I don't just say shit like that. Because I actually love my life. I actually have a good life. I don't feel the need to try to belittle somebody. Like, I love my life and I have a great life so much that I want other people to have a good life. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want other people to experience this shit. So I'm like, anyone that's actually happy is not doing the type of shit she's doing right now. So that's what made me feel bad for her. I'm like, clearly she's lost. Clearly she's got some issues going on. I'm not even gonna entertain it. I'm not even gonna do anything. And I just let it rock. Okay, I just let her talk shit and I just took it, okay? And like I said, I just blocked a lot of that shit out. I didn't even let it sink into my brain and process. I had worked on that skill, by the way. I had worked on blocking out negative comments and stuff from my brain because I used to let it enter me and really think about it for a long time. And that would mess with my self-esteem and stuff. So I'm like, okay, I'm not doing that shit no more. I just block shit out now. And one example of this is, there was a YouTuber that I watched. He's like this big alpha guy. And he used to say that alpha guys act stupid. At first, I thought he was being funny or just trying to get a clip. But I know exactly what he means now. Like, in certain instances like that, I had to act stupid. Like, I had to act like I didn't even hear her. Even though I did, right? I heard her, but I had to act like I didn't really understand or register. That's why she had to keep saying it over and over and over, because I'm literally just blocking it out, acting like I don't hear whatsoever. I'd rather look like I'm deaf and I can't hear shit than to be defending myself, because that would make it even worse. Imagine me as a black man in a verbal argument with this little white girl that's like 4'10" and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, imagine me like going back and forth. That is not a good look. That just would lower my fucking level so much. There's no point in me even getting caught up in that. It's like, really? You let that little girl get to you? And that's why I say, I understand when people say that you gotta act stupid and stuff, because it's really true. When you're playing basketball, when you're playing a competitive sport, and when you're in a bit of a heated argument or something, sometimes you gotta act stupid. You gotta act like you didn't hear something that you heard in order for you to not do something that you would regret, okay? That's a very important, small little nuance of life, but that is a very factual statement. You really have to acquire that skill in certain aspects of life, because that shit will come in handy and it'll save you from doing a lot of things that you wouldn't ordinarily do. And so the big lesson here is to do other shit. Like, when I was in class and someone said that to me, that didn't get to me because I was doing all the other shit outside of class. And so that's what you need to do. Get some side hustles, get some work done, get some goals and stuff. And so once you do all that, once you have enough stuff going on in your life in general, especially outside of your little functions in your school and your work and other stuff like that, any place that something like that could happen, if you have enough stuff going on outside of that, then anything that happens inside of that will not truly disturb your peace. Because this is not the only thing you have going on. You have so much else going on that this little hour class period doesn't really mean shit to you. You have to have that not give a fuck mindset. That's what you have to have, bro. Because you have to know what to filter out. Like, once you start chasing dreams and you start going towards something, you understand that keeping your peace is essential for life. You have to do that, or else you're not going to be able to work as hard. You're not going to be able to work as effectively. So yeah, that's my advice. Go do other things. get your life in order, and just let people talk. People are always gonna say something, okay? No matter if you're doing good stuff, bad stuff, they're always gonna have something to say, okay? So you just have to block it out. So yeah, that's it for me. Hope you guys enjoy. Make sure to check out the ebook and the course back in the description, and I'll see you next time. Peace!